Welcome to the September call-ups here in the Montreal Expos franchise. 45-66 is our current record. We are about a month away from the actual September call-ups, but we're going to start to do some things a little bit early because I want to get multiple guys some playing time at the MLB level just to see how they do versus MLB pitching. At the trade deadline, we traded away our veterans, clearing the way for our younger guys, including Zach McKinstry going to the Rangers, German Marquez going over to the Angels. He will hopefully help their playoff push. And then finally, Tim Anderson going to the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, I'm hoping that he really does pop for them because they do not currently have a healthy shortstop on their roster. If you also missed it, we had our draft a couple of episodes ago and the ratings were revealed last episode and it was great. I would say this draft was as good as you can get in the show. We had a generational prospect. We had a high-end starter. We had another 18-year-old in Gregorio Camacho who's going to be ready for the bigs pretty quickly with 87 potential and 67 overall already. I mean, the future is looking really bright. We also have some award winners, starting with Jamal Watson, who is the leader for the Gold Glove for pitcher. I have no idea how to boost that. I mean, you're a pitcher. I don't know if you should really get a boost for a Gold Glove as a pitcher. Christian Walker is leading, actually second, for Gold Glove first baseman, but it's going to be a tight race for that till the end. And then obviously Augustus Macklin is right now the #1 guy for Rookie of the Year. I think this episode, what I want to do is figure out the outfield in the future. We have still not done that. Last episode, we acquired Joe Adell, but we don't know what he's going to do. He started out pretty hot. But what about Dairon Blanco, who has not been super impressive? His one attribute that is amazing is his speed, 99 speed. But as far as average, he's hitting 250, you know, with us if you combine the 2 years. And I got to admit, his runs created is really low. And his on-base percentage is below 300. And looking at that, I'm not sure if that's going to be a future at center field. So I think that one thing I kind of want to do is figure out who is going to be our future at center field. The #1 player that comes to mind is Terrell Tatum. We traded for him in season 1. He has good attributes. His stats are decent right now. His on-base percentage is above 300. But I think we need to do some vetting just around our organization. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Akil Baddoo down, get him some at-bats at AAA, hopefully get his bat hot for the last month of the year, and then move up Terrell Tatum to see what he's got versus MLB pitching. Now, this is before the September call-ups, so he's not going to be around for 2 months. I want to preserve his rookie eligibility just in case he is a starter next year, and I don't want to ruin that for him. And I want to see what he's got here on the road versus the Diamondbacks, where he faces Brandon Pfaadt, who is a decent pitcher, but he's not great. I want to set him up for success, and he will hit leadoff in the lineup today. So Brandon Pfaadt, look at the numbers here: 4.31 ERA, WHIP at 1.38. He is hittable. So Terrell Tatum makes his debut here on the road at Chase Field, as he will face another NL team in the Diamondbacks. His first pitch he takes is low as he brings it to a 3-1 pitch, inside fastball, and that will load him up here. 3-2 count for the first AB of Terrell Tatum's career, and he gets one over the middle of the plate. It's a perfect swing. It's a leadoff home run. I can't remember the last time Dairon Blanco has done this. I don't even know if he has in this series. But how about the impression right there? Terrell Tatum with the leadoff home run to start his MLB career. Fun fact, Akil Baddoo literally did that to start his career, and he's also an Expo, as you just saw a little bit ago and as you know. But how about this for the rookie? Hitting his first hit, a leadoff home run. Cal Mitchell to the plate now, hitting in that 2 spot. His average is still over 300. He continues to swing a good bat. That one's down the left field line, and that is fair. One thing I love about Cal Mitchell is he can hit to all fields, and he hits to opposite field very well. And it's something I've admired about him, and I think that, you know, he's going to be really good in the future. Here is Christian Walker to the plate now. He hits one well to left center. That one should be deep enough to move the runner over, and that should get him in safely. Cal Mitchell isn't the fastest at 37 speed, but at least he's in scoring position here in the first inning, as that brings up Augustus Macklin to the plate, who gets a hanger, and Macklin crushes one to right center. That one will surely score one. Macklin, with only 27 speed, will stand up here for a double, and it's 2-0 here on the road. A pretty good start to this game, as the tone setter, Terrell Tatum, getting us going, and Macklin follows suit. Here's Addison Barger, who's also hitting pretty well. Oh, he hit one right back at the pitcher, and that one was a great play. Good reaction right there. But Barger has been swinging a hot bat as well. He's hitting .290 this year. Here is Joe Adell hitting .292. He hits one down the left field line. That one is fair, past the third baseman, and Adell with 99 speed will make it to second. The errant throw does allow him to slide in safely, and it is 3-0. Here we go. Jeter Downs to the plate, who's getting some playing time now with Tim Anderson traded to the Brewers, and he knocks one into right field for an RBI single. And it is 4-0 to start this game. What a start here for the Expos on the road. Riley Adams getting some playing time as well. The young catcher hits one. This one to right center field. It gets to center. We'll see if we send the runner, and we do not. We hold up the runner at third. But runners on the corners here with still 2 outs in this first inning alone, as that brings up Travis Jankowski to the plate, and he watches ball 4 inside half, and it's bases loaded, and Terrell Tatum comes back to the plate. A 2-2 pitch. That one's up. And another 3-2 count here for the newly moved up Terrell Tatum, 25 years young, as he gets one outside, ball 4. So Terrell Tatum's first 2 at-bats result in 2 RBIs, and it is 5-0. And Brandon Pfaadt is being pulled from the game in the first inning. The Expos offense exposes the pitcher on the mound, and that brings in Scott McCall, who will try to get them out of this inning, as that brings up Cal Mitchell, and he's just a little late on that fastball. And that will be the end to a very, very eventful first inning, and an awesome debut for Terrell Tatum. Bottom 8 now. Terrell Tatum is 1 for 3 to this point with a walk, obviously. And he grounds this one up the middle, and that will end his day at 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, but a pretty decent game from him, especially with that leadoff home run. Bottom 9 now. Here's Addison Barger with a Gold Glove caliber play right there, and he gets the final out of this one. And Terrell Tatum's debut, to me, is a success, as he's going to get about a month of being the starting center fielder for us at the MLB level. And Alexander Santiago gets the win, 2 earned runs through 8 innings pitched. A very good outing from him as well. And our Montreal Expos at least are showing off that we have some potential in the future. But then there's games like this where we are down 10-1 facing the San Diego Padres, and Christian Walker on a hit streak here to start this month, and he's behind that slider, way behind that slider with that swing. We'll see if he can bring in at least, maybe he'll bring in a run here if he hits one well. This one is crushed in center field, but it just hangs up in the air, and that one will end the 10-game hitting streak for Christian Walker, down 10-1. We really had no chance in this one. We end up losing it 12-1, so it gets even worse. And this is just the growing pains of a young team. And we are not as bad as last year, but we are still in these games where we get kind of blown out. But we do bounce back pretty well, like in this one. Up 8-0, John Means pitching into the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs. We'll see if he can get through a complete game here with an 8-run lead. Here is Garrett Hampson to the plate, and he flies one to center field, and that one will be the 3rd out of the inning as we go on to the 9th. Now Means facing Taylor Walls to the plate. Ground ball to the right side. Jeter Downs been playing second base lately, and that one will be an easy out at the bag. Now JD Martinez to the plate, 1 for 3 today. He gets one over the middle of the plate and hits one well up the middle, and that one will be a single. We'll see if Darnell Coles, the manager, comes out and pulls John Means, but with a 10-run lead, I wouldn't think so. 1 out. That brings up Ha-Sung Kim, who hits one to right center. Terrell Tatum is under that one, and he has the 2nd out of the inning, and we're 1 out away from a complete game shutout here for the guy we paid on a 3-year deal to be our ace of the next few years. He gets one up in the zone to Edmundo Sosa, who pops it up in the infield, and that one will end this game. And that one will be a big 10-0 bounce-back win versus the Padres on the road. And I love what I see from John Means. If we can get more games like this, we're going to be pretty good next year, as he's going to come into next year probably either 1 or 2 in the rotation. We'll see what we look like, because Alexander Santiago, who isn't having a better year than John Means, they're about the same right now. But I think that we could end up giving Alexander Santiago an opening day start next season, and it all depends on what happens in free agency as well. So we get through the final 2 weeks of the month of August, and you can see we're just kind of up and down, kind of going through the growing pains right now of a young organization. One guy I do want to point out, which I highlighted earlier, was Addison Barger. He's actually leading the league in triples. So that is pretty surprising, to be honest with you, because with low vision like Addison Barger has, I didn't expect him to be hitting this well. Now, his on-base percentage is pretty low at 309. I would expect if you're hitting 282, your on-base percentage should be a little higher, and his OPS is around average, 777, but I want to key in on him. I want to check in on him. He is a young middle infielder. He has really won that shortstop job and not given it back. So I want to see what he can do here versus the Royals on the road. So facing Taj Bradley on the mound here, as he is a young pitcher here for the Royals, and Barger smacks one up the middle. That's a base hit to start the bottom or the top of the second inning with a single. I love Barger's swing. Like, he stays through the ball. He swings it with 2 hands, which is different, seeing that from a left-handed perspective, but he has a pretty nice swing, and he hits the ball hard when he makes contact. So we fast forward here into the top of the 6th inning. Taj Bradley late in this game, as we're down 6-1. He gets a hanger on the inside half, and that's ball 3. Working it to a 3-2 pitch here, and he gets another fastball, and Barger turns on this one. That's going to be extra bases if it stays in the yard, and it keeps carrying for the home run. Addison Barger showing off some power. And remember, at one point, he was leading our team in home runs. He's only got 15 on the year, but he really does have some pop, especially when he makes solid contact. But on to the top of the 9th inning, 2 for 3 in this one. He gets one inside. He hits it well again, but that one looks like it's just going to hang up in right field, and it's run down. But a nice game here for Barger. We end up losing this one in another one of those blowouts. These are the games that I talk about. They just come out of nowhere. We get these close losses, then we get these blowout losses. We're kind of just all over the place. And now we finally make it to the September call-ups. Now, looking at the top candidates who are probably eligible, I want to first look at Terrell Tatum. In that month of ABs, he had 60 at-bats. He only hit 233 on base percentage, about 292. It was an okay month for him. Obviously, getting his feet wet versus MLB pitching, it's expected. So we're just going to move him down. Obviously, just get him some more ABs at the AAA level and not ruin his rookie status. Like I said, I want that for him going into next season. We did pick up Victor Robles off of waivers also, so he's in our minor league organization as well. I wanted to highlight that really quickly. But I talked about it a few episodes ago, and one guy that I do want to look at a little closer is Bruce Edwards. So he will be one of our September call-ups. He was our 5th-round draft pick from last year. Actually, it was 4th-round draft pick. A pretty good player. I thought he was going to come in higher overall, but he's an overall good hitter, so he's going to get the call-up today. Gary Shoemaker, he was one of the guys I was thinking about moving up, but I'm going to leave him down because I know he's pitching really well at AAA. He's only 20 years old. He's our #1 ranked prospect in our organization. I don't want to stunt his growth or even have him lose confidence at this point. And right now, I would say leaving him down and then eventually moving him up will boost his confidence rather than moving him up early and then having him do poorly and then move him back down. That's going to kind of hurt his confidence. So I don't want to do that, and I want to have him continue to grow. But you know, one guy I'm looking at here moving up, a couple of young guys, Luis Nunez. I'm going to be moving him up to AAA probably just for like the final week of the season, not for like a whole season or anything like that, but just for like the final week of the season, just to get him some AAA at-bats. And he is actually developing pretty nicely. He started at 58 overall and has went up 5 overall at the AA level, even with C potential. So that's pretty good growth. But one guy that's really killing it is Bill Hedger. Look at these numbers at AAA. I was pretty down early on with Bill Hedger because he had a bad spring. He had a bad start to AAA. But look at these numbers. He's hitting .308, on base percentage at .387, OPS at .866. He is killing it. And I had my doubts on if he could win Minor League Player of the Year for us. He's won it already. Like, those numbers are way better than AMAC last year at AAA. And they blow out anybody we have in the organization. He's probably going to win it, and we're going to talk about that during the recap episode next episode. Ray Molina, who we acquired via trade with the Brewers, we're going to move him up, and he will get a couple of innings here at the major league level. Also, he came in that Tim Anderson trade at the deadline, so we want to see what he can do because we're going to need some relievers, obviously, in the future, and Molina is going to be a part of that plan. So here we are at the September call-ups where our young guys get their debuts at the MLB level. We'll be facing Blake Walston on the mound here once again versus the Diamondbacks. We've faced them quite a bit in the final 2 months. And here comes Bill Hedger to the plate. And he is an exciting prospect. He can hit the ball very well. His potential is only 79, but I think he has a bright future as an MLB hitter. So here we go. His first AB will be versus a lefty where he does excel at hitting versus left-handed pitching. He takes one up. Now a 3-1 pitch outside, and it's a ball 4. So his first AB will be a walk. And that brings up Cal Mitchell to the plate here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as we skip ahead a little bit. Mitchell gets one outside, and Mitchell hits one to the gap. This one's deep to left center, and it's gone. Cal Mitchell continues to impress. And looking at the comment section in all these videos, I think that Cal Mitchell is the fan favorite of this series, showing that even the little guys can do well. These low 60s overall players, sometimes they play better than the higher overall players, and I think we found one with Cal Mitchell. He's going to be a good ball player. Hedger to the plate now in his second AB, hits one hard to the right side. That one is fielded. Ketel Marte with a throw over to first, and he will get the out. Hedger up for his 3rd AB now, still facing Blake Walston on the bump, and he hits one right back up the middle on a hanger, kind of low and outside, and that one will be a single for his first hit as an MLB player. And he's going to have a lot more. I project that Bill Hedger is going to have a chance to win Rookie of the Year next year. He's going to have some competition, though, because there are a lot of young hitters around the league. And I think that Hedger, though, has all the tools to be a great MLB player. Obviously, the potential is only 79, but I know what he can do as far as hitting the baseball. He does go 1 for 3 in his debut. We end up winning that one 5-3. And our capture card actually, or my capture card actually, something went wrong with it. I don't know what happened, but it just stopped recording. And there were a couple of things that were missed during those recording. Let me just talk about it a little bit. One of the things that happened is we moved up Bruce Edwards to the MLB level, obviously, at the September call-ups. He made his debut in this game versus the Colorado Rockies. I hit him in the leadoff spot, hit a rope down the left field line for a double, slid into second, and fractured his foot. Can't make it up. Can't make it up if I wanted to. I was devastated because I was thinking that when I drafted Bruce Edwards, he's going to be an amazing MLB player. Look at the hitting attributes. He has great contact, great vision. It's everything you want in kind of a leadoff hitter, to be honest with you. And I was very hopeful, and now he won't get that opportunity. After just one AB, his MLB season is done. So he will have an opportunity to win some type of job at the MLB level, or even make the opening day roster during spring training. But as far as this season, it's over. So I think there's still a question mark on center field, and I'm not even sure. Joe Adele plays right field right now for us, and he's been playing pretty well out there. He can play a little center. Dairon Blanco, already talked about him. Akil Baddoo has struggled this year. But one guy I haven't talked about is BJ Gibbs. Now, at the start of this series, he was ranked as the number 5 ranked prospect in the organization. Right now, he's still top 15, but has moved down a little bit. But he's still 23 years old. He is 67 overall, see potential. He's got great defense. His hitting is okay right now, but I want to give him a chance here to get some at-bats at the MLB level. So he will make his debut in this final month, and he will play, like I said, a lighter competition here versus the Rockies. And that's one thing that I wanted with Terrell Tatum, give him his confidence going versus a pitcher that wasn't that good. Now he goes up against the Rockies here, BJ Gibbs does, facing Shane Bieber, who is an historically great pitcher, but BJ Gibbs turns on the first pitch he sees, and it would have been a home run if it was fair. Now a 1-2 pitch now, up in the zone, and that will be a high fly ball to center field. And that one will be the first out of his career. Not as great as Terrell Tatum's debut, but here he comes up in his second AB, as Gibbs is one of the subscriber-created prospects from the start of this series and has moved his way up. As now he has a 2-2 pitch. This one's low. He hits it well, and that one gets over the glove of Brendan Rodgers at second. Gibbs has 84 speed. He's thinking 3 on this one, playing it off the wall as a center fielder, and he's going to have a stand-up triple for his first MLB hit. How about our young guys in this episode? We saw what Bill Hedger did in his debut. He hits the ball very well, and now BJ Gibbs is continuing that trend. So now up in the bottom of the 5th inning, he hits one well down the right field line, making a multi-hit day for the rookie. That one will get all the way to the wall. Joe Adell only gets to third base on that one. There's no outs in this inning, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much. But Adell with 99 speed, I thought would have scored on that one. And Gibbs makes it all the way to second base, and he is hitting the ball hard. Christian Walker comes up now with Gibbs on third. This one back at the wall, and it does make it over the right fielder's glove. Walker will get the second, and Gibbs scores his first run of his MLB career. And that's one thing that we're looking for from our leadoff hitter, and Gibbs is trying out right now. So now here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 2 for 3 day here, facing Chris McMahon now on the bump as he gets one over the middle. This is a chopper to the right side, and it gets through the infield. 3 for 4 here for BJ Gibbs. Maybe a forgotten prospect in this organization. He's making his impression today, and he's got himself a 3-hit ball game. Now, one thing I am looking for also as far as the future at starting center fielder is a guy that can field really well. And BJ Gibbs, while a great fielder, is shown off the bat today in his 5th at-bat. This one is a chopper in front of the plate. And a home run actually would have had a cycle for BJ Gibbs in his MLB debut. I'm not sure how many times that's happened, but it's got to be less than like 5 in MLB history. But he was close. I didn't want to speak about it. Wanted it to just happen, but comes up just short. 3 for 5, a triple, a double, and a single, all in that order. And he's made an impression on me. I wasn't even considering him before this episode, but now he's going to be the starting center fielder at the MLB level for the final 2 weeks of the season. So next episode, I fully intend on finishing and wrapping up season 2. And then we will do a recap of this season, because season 1 didn't need much of a recap because we didn't have a lot of these young players ready for the show yet. But now we can start to actually talk about the core of our team, especially with the draft we had and the guys we just moved up in this episode. Let me know what you guys think of Gibbs, Terrell Tatum, and then also, you know, the first baseman, Bill Hedger. He's definitely going to be a big star in this series as well, I'm projecting. But next episode, we will end this season and then recap it as well, so I can't wait for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I'm about my pledge. I'm decked up on blue bills, and I won't stop until the cash pit look like fall leaves in a backfield. Tell her out of my face if she coming with that bull. Quit to say my piece, I'm so after school.